In this tutorial, we're going to create a brand new menu, and we're going to add it up here to the horizontal navigation to provide just a navigation structure up here. And as well, whenever we add a module later on, it's going to actually live over here in the sidebar position. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to go do is go to Menus, Manage, and add a new menu. And the first thing we have here is basically a container that's going to contain menu items. This doesn't actually display anywhere, but I'm going to go ahead and name this one Announcements. I'm just going to take this and copy and paste some more and click on Save and Close. So this is just to house whatever menu items I have inside it, and I'm going to go in here and click, and we're going to begin to add menu items. So this is where we're actually building out navigation. So I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to call this Announcements. This is what my link will be. It'll say Announcements. And under Menu Item Type, let's make this dynamic content. So I'm going to go to Articles, and I'm going to go to Category Blog. And what this is going to do is going to pull up all the articles that are in a certain category. So this is where we select our category, and I'm going to choose Announcements. So this will pull everything that is also in news or events. So I'm going to go over to blog layout and change a couple of settings here. If I want to change how the page is laid out, the leading article is a full width article across the very top. So I'm going to put 1 on there. How many other articles are shown? These will appear below this one. I'm going to say I want 2 articles. I want to put it into 2 columns. And if there's more articles, because obviously this is only going to account for 3 of my articles, I'm going to put the other ones that are in those categories at the bottom with links. So I'm just going to put 6. And since this is the parent category, we do want to include the subcategory. So I'm going to change this from none to all. Alright, and I'm going to save and close this. And let's add in news and events. Oops. So I'm going to select a menu item type. We're going to do pretty much the same thing for this one. It's going to be a category blog. Only we're going to change our category this time to just news. And we're going to make this one a submenu. So we're going to go over here to where it says parent item, and we're going to select Announcements. And we're going to go to Save and New. And this one we're going to call Events. It's slightly different because we're going to point to just one single article. It's just a static content. If I add new articles to this category, it's only going to show this one single article. And I'm going to go select my article. And again, I'm going to select Announcements. Okay, so I'm going to save and close. Now, this is our brand new menu, and it doesn't appear anywhere on our site. It's going to actually take a module to make it go over to the sidebar to appear in that position. But I'm going to go ahead and add this to my horizontal menu as well. So to do that, let's go to Menus and open up the horizontal navigation. And we're going to add a brand new menu item. Again, I'm just going to call it Announcements. And rather than pointing directly to my content, I'm going to point this menu to another menu that we just created. So to do that, I'm going to select an item type under System Links, and it's going to be a menu item alias. And then I'm going to simply go over here and select our Announcements menu that we just created. And I'm going to go to Save and New. Oops. This actually controls the URL, and you can't have 2 that are the same, so I'm just going to, usually whenever I point these to a menu item alias, it doesn't really matter what you name this alias because it's not the actual destination page. So I don't worry about that too much, but we can't have duplicates, so we're just going to call this Announcements menu. And I'm going to go to Save a New. And here we go with News. Give it a unique alias there. And again, we're going to go to System Links, Menu Item Alias. I'm going to select the News. And to make this one a submenu and a drop-down, I'm going to select the parent category of Announcements. So I'm going to save and close. You can see it indents it kind of like it did with the categories. Same thing here. And we're going to do one more for events. And again, this is just going to be an alias. And the really cool thing about using aliases is if you do change the content, you only have to change it in one place. So, events, and I want that to be under announcements. Alright, so I'm going to save and close this. I'm going to go over here and refresh my page. So you can see now we have announcements. And we did a little bit of adjustments to the layout of this. This is our full width article at the top. Here's our other two that we put into 2 columns. And down here is our links. And as you can see though, there's no navigation over here. So that will actually be brought in our next video, which is about modules and how to display menus in other areas that are not across the horizontal nav. Thank you.